of course, in this year. And a beer that I've had on in can 3 or 4 times, in keg, at the brewery, and there's a reason why it's had so many redrinks. This is Lumiere from Bang the Elephant. Bang the Elephant out of Langley Mill in Nottinghamshire. Um, and it's a mouthful of a beer as well, because it is a bourbon barrel aged cherry chocolate fudge brownie ice cream sundae imperial dessert stout. Yeah, yeah. Ain't no way I'm getting all that in 100 characters on YouTube. And in fact, when you do a live beer review on YouTube, if you're not using StreamYard, you've only got 60 characters. So that's why it's just called Lumiere. So yeah, Bang the Elephant Brewing Company, Unit 14, Barley Brook Business Park, and say Amber Drive and Langley Mill, Derbyshire. So I will read what it says on the back of the can. It says, this beer has been 9 months in the making, and the wait has been worth every minute, we think. This is quite simply the best beer we have ever brewed. Aged in third fill Jack Daniels barrels, the bourbon character is more restrained than in previous BBA beers we have brewed, allowing the more natural characteristics of the barrel to shine. Notes of oak, leather, tobacco, and vanilla combined with chocolate malts and cherries for one of the most delicate and divine drinking experiences you will ever have. Now, that does sound like a lot, and you think to yourself, yeah, we can all say that about our beers. But like I say, and Craig, Kent Beer Reviewers will know this because he's also drank it at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. And for those out there who've drank it, I know if he ever watches my beer reviews, I'm not sure if he does, but Vince Hill, who also is like Nottingham's beer icon, he says to me that this is arguably one of the best beers out there anywhere. And from multiple beer drinkers to say that, that just goes to show you. And the guys themselves, the couple of good lads, I'm not sure how old they are. I think they're both about late 30s, I think. I want to say the 40s in case not 40s. But yeah, there are a couple of good lads with lovely wives as well. True family men who go to work and then at the weekend um, use their weekends to do this. So it's like they've got a full-time job brewing this beer. Some of the beers they make, they've got a lovely range of beers. I went to the Crafty Teller in Sherwood, Nottingham, the other week, where there was a tap takeover. 5 or 6 of beers of theirs on the bar, ranging from like best bitters to red IPAs and to an Imperial breakfast stout. And Lumiere wasn't on. It's a pity because the wife would have loved this. And I'm going to save some for her. So when we go up the house, so she can. I don't think the Castle Rock one would have been down her street, but this is 100% down her street. So I'm wearing my Bang the Elephant t-shirt I got because I love merch and I'm very supportive of local breweries if I can get old, and I've got the money obviously at the time. So this is Bang the Elephant's glass, and as you can see, I've seen it on their website. It's like £6 or £7 for the glass, and I'm like, got to have that bloody glass and subvert the stereotype. And like I say, these guys, for me, need to get more of their beers into cans. I've kind of said this in a fashion to them, but to get their beers into cans, get them out to the beer shops across the UK, and show off talent that the Nottingham micro pubs and pubs that sell craft beer and everybody Nottingham who knows these knows how good they are. This year they made their first showing at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. They weren't on the list, and I said, because I messaged them and says, "What beers are you bringing?" And he says, "We're not even on the list." And I says, "You know what?" So I kicked up a bit of a stink. I do know that somebody else also had a word. His name will remain nameless, but maybe a bit of peer pressure from multiple sectors helped, because obviously the only people who know this are the people who actually run Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. And a brewery disappeared out, and these guys came in and they stormed the beer festival. Now you've got to think that you're not one of the, I don't know, the desired few to get in Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. I mean, no apologies to anybody, no trying to upset anybody at the Craft Beer Festival. You know, sometimes we all get things wrong. They came into the beer festival, they brought some big beers with them. Lumiere was one, Hobby One Kenobi, which has also just reappeared into cans, slightly different version. And they even sold out and had to bring more beers in. That's how good they were. And sadly, Nigel, one of the co-owners, he had COVID at the time. He was gutted and he couldn't attend. And I was gutted for him because they're both really, really nice lads. And some idiots let him fireworks off. Hey, not even 12 o'clock. Grow up. And big hello to Dave. If you're still watching, mate, with your Russian lady, we will chat live soon. Hope you have a great time. I had to get that out there. I know he's watching. And for everybody else who's watching in YouTube land live, big hellos to everyone. Sorry I've not got the comments on. One is partly stress and anxiety. Two is the part of the fact this is the beers of the year. I wanted to do these beer reviews live so you could all see me doing them live. And hopefully you'll enjoy, watch and enjoy along, or even flit on and listen to some old bloke talking rubbish. But yeah, big hellos to everyone out there. But yeah, Nigel missed that, and me and Craig, Kent Beer Reviews, we were down there on the Friday. On the Saturday, we was actually going to go and do the tap rooms of Nottingham. We never got there. One of the local breweries, Navigation Brewery, sorted us out some tickets. So we went down, spent the whole day down there from about 11 in the morning till about 11 at night. I think Craig carried on till 1 in the morning. Bloody legends as beers. But yeah, Ban the Elephant went down really well. And I'm hoping that those breweries out there, you know, big name breweries, some local big name breweries, do some collabs with these guys, you know, sprinkle a bit of magic both ways, because trust me, when you met their beer this good, they deserve it. Anyway, let's get on with the beer. So, as you can see, it's a lovely black pour, light tan head. The head's dissipated now. That smell of cherry is absolutely divine. There's just a smell. Wow. And like it says, cherry, chocolate, fudge brownie, ice cream sundae, imperial dessert. I mean, it's a mouthful on its own. We'll just call it Lumiere. Reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, and it is a beauty amongst many beasts in the beer world. Oh, I'm gonna let the air get to it, because like with the other two beers, Thornbridge, Necessary Evil, Castle Rock, Storming the Emperor's Castle, letting the air get to the beer is only fair to let the complexities of the bourbon barrel aged on this, the cognac on the Storming the Emperor's Castle, and also the bourbon on Necessary Evil. From hey, dog's outside. He's in Bollokin Street as well, because he dropped something in the path and I trod in it without knowing. Wasn't happy. From a beginner drinker point of view, this is going to win the plaudits all day long. It's 13%. I did say it was 13%, didn't I? Yeah, it's 13%, and it's very, very non-big beer drinker friendly. That cherry brings you in. The cherry and the ice cream feel to it brings you in straight away. It's very receptive, whereas the other two are slightly more, I won't say harsher, but the barrel aged comes through a bit quick, whereas this is more inviting, especially before you get further into it and the air gets to it. Like all Imperial Stouts, you sip, enjoy, take your time. It's not a 2-minute, 4-minute race. No. Every Imperial for me is got to be between 20 to 30 minutes to fully enjoy. And I've done longer. This is why a lot of my beer reviews are long, because you just sip it and you're enjoying it, you're embracing that beer. Now it's starting to change. The cherry is changing as we're getting into the beer. Um, Now the air's getting to it. That the barrel aged part seems to be coming through more. The bourbon, shall we say? It's like on the nose. It smells like a cherry ice cream. If you're watching, guys, or if you watch later, we need a butterscotch version and a plum Lumiere. But don't do what I did. Try and make a plum wine out of prune juice. Does it go down well? Yeah. It goes down well at some stage. After a few pints, then what? But yeah. We're not going down Prune Juice Avenue. No. Yeah. I mean, if ever a beer was a Raggy Avenue beer, these last 3 beers that I've reviewed, we're talking Thornbridge, Castle Rock, and this, are certainly what I would class as Raggy Avenue by some degree. Hey, never mind Raggy Avenue, Raggy Motorway. Hey. That is absolutely sublime. And let's be fair, I have tasted some amazing beers this year. Some beers only on cask that have not made it into can. The good friends of Bang the Elephant Navigation Brewery brought out Seawise Giant at a Robin Hood Beer Festival. That too was a stunning beer. And their caramel mild, which was only about 3.5% or something daft. Again, stunning beers. It's not always about the ABV. I know it seems like it with the last 3 beers. It's not always about the ABV. It's the taste. It's, on the day, what it comes out with. And this is one of them beers that truly is amazing. Now, Bang the Elephant actually befriended me, probably after I'd done reviews of their beers, and they were very friendly. Went down to the brewery and went to get some beers and some merch. And then got invited down for the Robin Hood and Mega Brew of the Nano breweries, and that was amazing. Like I've said in other beer reviews, that what they did was bring those nano breweries together. Nano breweries that I'd never heard of in Nottingham, the likes of Reckless Dweeb, the likes of Linear Brewing Company, the likes of Fire Rock Brewing Company. And then we met the legend that is Simon from Abstract Jungle Brewing Company. I don't remember these. And he was the head brewer at Blue Monkey. And on that day, actually, cracked open this mega bottle of Blue Monkey beer. It was only 5.5%, but it's donkey's years old, but still damn decent. And that's why I was steaming on the day. Absolutely steaming. Met up with Lazy Bay Brewery as well, who only brew to cask and not to bottle or can, which is a shame because, again, I'd like to see some of these breweries into cans and get them into local, because a lot of people don't know they exist. And like Bang the Elephant, a year and a half ago, I didn't know these people existed. I do now. And for a beer to get this far, for me to have drank it so many times, and for me to still absolutely shout it from the rooftops, there's a reason why. That is absolutely amazing. I've got that absolutely tough decision in a bit. I've got to choose the supreme beer of 2021, my supreme beer. I'm talking the toughest of choices. I've got Wraggys Golden Ale, which means so much more than probably any of these 3 beers, and what Lincoln Green Brewing did. And again, that was beyond awesome what they did. I wouldn't have chose a Golden Ale, obviously, but people know what I'm like. They'd have known I'd have chose something above 8%, and probably an Imperial. But hey ho, it is what it is. But anyway, back to these. So the future for these guys, I would love And I don't know their future plans. I'm not part of Bang the Elephant, as I'm not part of Castle Rock or Thornbridge. But their future plans, I would love to see this brewery maybe get new premises. That's easy said than done. Money, for one thing, in the middle of a pandemic, too. But for these guys to go down and do what Liquid Light did in Nottingham, and that's basically open up their own tap room, do brewing 3 or 4 days a week, 3 days a week, doing like a tap room thing. I think with their hospitality and their family unit, both families, they could put on some amazing food, certainly beer. And not only that, you would brewery tours. Uh, they both got good personalities. With good personalities that are inviting to people. You sell things like merch. You sell beer. You know, good personalities. And I mean, if I was to do something like a brewery tour, once I'd got over the initial start of doing it, I could do things like that because one, I know a little bit of what I'm talking about, a little bit. But I think these guys are naturals. They're both in jobs at the moment, and obviously you have to balance the books. Money, we all have that issue, don't we, with money? You know, we'd all like to follow our dreams and do what we want to do, but obviously in the pandemic, you have to do, you've got to keep your head on your shoulders and not make the big leap until you know that you've made the right leap. But yeah, for me, if these were to open a tap room, wow, wow. That would be good, good. Because they already tick all the boxes for me. They're not quiet, they're funny personalities. They've got so much going for them, and they make some flipping decent beer. Anyway, back to the beer itself. I've yacked a bit, talked a bit. I hope people are enjoying these reviews if anybody's actually watching, because I have no clue, I can't see. I've blacked off the bit where the likes and the people watching are. So I have no idea. And trust me, I've absolutely no idea. I've had to push it along so I can actually see how long I'm doing a review for this time. Because one doesn't want to get a bollocking off the wife, you know. I have enough bollockings as it is. But the good thing for me also, if these guys were to do a tap room, could you imagine that their friends, and I'm talking the likes of Urban Chicken, Alter Ego, all those nano brewers I mentioned earlier, it could be an outlet for them to sell a bit of cask, bit of keg in that tap room. And you know, one helps another, helps another, helps another. And what happens is Nottingham becomes the craft beer capital of the England. Well, I think we're not far away from that already with the breweries we've already got in the city centre and in and around Nottingham. It's a stunning place to come for a craft beer experience. You look at the pubs in Nottingham, there are so many. You know, I could go on all night, but I'm not going to, obviously. But there are so many great craft beer pubs, keeping away from the lager drinking pubs that just want to scrap, and Wetherspoons who don't even pay half what they should pay for their beer. 99 pence for Woodall's, that's disgusting. But yeah, on a craft beer thing, wow, good beer sold at a good price, you know. So anyway, let's enjoy the rest of this. I'm saving some for the wife because I want to see what she thinks about it. I don't think she's ever drank it. I think she was driving that day, so she couldn't. So trying to be good. Trying, you know, these things happen now and again. Oh. So cherry for front and foremost for me. The bourbon's there, but it's behind the cherry. See, the cherry hits you on the front, the bourbon's behind. The chocolate element is also there. And what I really like about this beer, so many elements, and let me read them bloody elements again: bourbon, cherry, chocolate, fudge, ice cream, so that vanilla and that, Sunday Imperial dessert stout. And I've said this before, and I've just drank all three of them within the space of about 20 hours. so I know what they taste like. And I've pretty much made my decision already. Scores don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I've already made my decision. I ain't going to say it on this. I'm going to pop a quick video off of that. But oh my gosh, what an absolute stunning beer! We've got to say, this needs to be rebrewed. 9 months in a barrel, it needs a rebrew. More barrels, expansion. It needs to go nationwide. The ice cream elements are coming through now. I'm actually tasting a bit of strawberry, as well as a bit of vanilla, certainly cherry, certainly bourbon, certainly chocolate. To my fellow beer reviewers across the UK and the beer review community, blooming heck, if you ever get a can of this, if you can get a can of this, get a can, review it. I can't wait to see other people. I'm telling you now, this is one of the best drinking experiences you'll ever have, along with the other two, but I think this just slightly nudges it. In any case, thank you all for watching tonight. As you can see, it is an immense beer, and trust me, tasting it, it's a truly divine experience. Out of 5 for me, a good 4.8 out of 5. Yeah, it's that good. Black pour, little off-white head, if I remember rightly. The aromas, it's not as intense as a bourbon as the other drink, but I'll compare them beers in a minute. But an amazing beer, truly, absolutely blooming amazing. Fair play to these lads, they've done extremely well. Best beer of the year. I think we know, don't we? But I've got to come back and do that. Cheers, everyone. And thank you for joining me on these slightly different live reviews. Cheers, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. That was amazing.